What's up, my friends? It's Carpo coming at you from the woods today. Well, we call it that. You can hear the wonderful river in the background, aka cars going by. I'm a few hundred feet from Highway 14, but I got on my bike and rode down here. It's a little park that I remember riding by one time, or stopped at some morning, actually 3 years ago or so, and I made a video down here actually. And I decided to grab my bike and come down here and explore a little further back in the woods because I had the time. And it's just a beautiful place. You can never express the kind of beauty when you're in it, even if it's a small park, you know. You just get this little picture. But as I was sitting here on this tree thinking about something actually, getting ready to make this video, it's this huge gnarly tree I'm standing under. The camera's sitting on it right now, and it's like an oak that's got to be, I don't know, it's got to be at least 100 years old. I could be wrong, but it's a beautiful tree, and it's just got this monstrous base here, and I'll show you in a few minutes. But sitting here thinking about our brains, our minds, and the triggers that we have. For example, things that irritate us, things that bother us, and how hard it is to be in control of our own minds. You know, it's something that we're all constantly battling with, you know. For example, if you hear something and you think something negative about it, it's easy to get stuck in that negative thinking and just say, that's just how I think. But a person who is more in tune with their own emotions would say, why am I seeing this negatively, and how can I make it a positive situation? So sometimes something goes along and you have time to analyze it, you have time to think about it, you have time to think, how do I feel about this? But sometimes you just get triggered by something out of the blue. For example, for me it was, I went to 7-Eleven before I came here, and I rarely ride my bike, so I grabbed my backpack. I had this little backpack on. I walked into 7-Eleven and walked to the back to the cooler, and I heard the guy go, "Excuse me," as I walked by, and I ignored him purposely because I knew he was going to tell me to take off my backpack. I just knew it. And I thought, I walked back to the cooler, and he walked all the way around and came back. He's like, "Excuse me, sir, you have to leave your backpack by the door." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm just getting a drink. It's right here. You can watch me." I was reaching in the cooler. He's like, "No, store policy, store policy." My initial instinct was to just say no. I've always been the kind of person who does not like being told what to do, and so, but I also understand that he's just doing his job. So, whatever, he's a younger kid, I didn't want to embarrass him because I've been known to do that, and so I set it by the door, bought my drinks, and left. But I realized that was a trigger. One time I was being followed in a Fred Meyer store as I was shopping for my family, and I was going through the clothing section looking around for stuff, and I noticed this guy had been following me. He must have been, maybe 20, maybe even younger. And I could tell he was just kind of at a distance following me. And so I turned around and confronted him. I said, "Are you following me?" He says, "Well, yes. We've just had some problems with theft lately, and I'm with, the protection services." And I said, "I've spent thousands of dollars in this fucking store. How dare you even insinuate I'm going to steal something? Do I look like a thief to you?" And I just went off on the guy, and I must have made him feel like complete shit. But on the other hand, maybe he'll think twice before he goes, following a random person, because I was dressed like an adult, normal person. I'm in my 30s. It was probably like 5 or 6 years ago, but I realized that these are triggers. Whether a person wants you to do, both of these were theft-related issues, and I'm not a thief, so it infuriates me to an extent. I wouldn't say it makes me really infuriated, but it irritates me, and I get over it really quick, whatever, and move on. But just that action of feeling that way, sometimes those things come up. You can't help it. For example, if a friend, tells you that you're a jerk, or he tells you that you're selfish, or if your parents tell you that you should try harder when you know you're trying your hardest, or when a coworker tells you, he comes back after you've been working your ass off on one little thing all day, let's say, and the boss shows up. As a carpenter, I know this all